What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Montana State Bobcat Dynasty on NCAA Football 06, and today we are going to be hosting the Eastern Washington Eagles as we continue to go through Big Sky Conference play. First, looking at the top 25, you got Texas A&M, Ohio State, South Carolina, USC, Virginia Tech, Texas Tech, Cal, Tennessee, Iowa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Florida State, NC State, Purdue, Maryland, Miami, Wisconsin, Penn State, SMU, Colorado, Georgia Tech from unranked to number 21. Now you got Kansas State, Michigan, Alabama, and finally Georgia, number 25. Texas A&M's quarterback, Ryan Turner is currently the favorite to win the Heisman. Tyrone Woods out of BYU, second on that list. And despite getting hurt in last week's game against Idaho, Kevin Fuller moves up to number 3. Don't expect him to stay there for long, as he's going to be missing a good chunk of the rest of the regular season. MSU is on top of the Big Sky Conference. We got a 2-game lead ahead of everybody else. We are 4-0 in conference play, so as long as we just keep chugging along, we should be good. As I said, Fuller, he did get hurt last week. He had 16 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. He's going to be out for the next 3 games now. A 40% completion percentage is less than ideal. We all know that completion percentage, no matter who the quarterback is something this team has always struggled with, but even 40% is really low for what we normally tend to get around that 45 to 50%, which honestly, I'd like that to be a lot closer to that 60 to 70%. Will Black is going to be leading this team in receptions. As of now, he leads us in everything receiving other than touchdowns. Marcus Lumpkin's got 6, but unfortunately, Black is going to be hurt for the next 4 games. He also got hurt last week. This offense took a little bit of a beating last week despite a huge win. Robert Alexander, he still leads the nation in sacks with 13 of them. He is having an unbelievable season. He is going to be dominant on the NFL level. And then interceptions, the Anthony's at safety, they're both doing pretty good. And then Gabriel Fields, not the greatest kicker in the world, 5 of 8 when it comes to kicking. Ivan Clay, 16 touchdowns, 13 picks, so not as good of a season as Fuller so far, but obviously with that much higher completion percentage, he's a little bit more efficient. Hawley is this team's leading receiver in every receiving category. Their offensive line is okay. Brooks leads the team in tackles with 46 of them so far. They have 3 guys with double-digit TFLs, 12, 2 guys with 12, a guy there with 13. They also have 2 guys there with 6 sacks to lead the team, and Ken Roberts has the most interceptions. We do have some visiting prospects today. Brent McPherson, the quarterback, we are number 2 on his list. He is a 5-star quarterback, one of the best in this upcoming class. You also have this guard, Marcus Allen, as we're trying to build up the offensive line. Another guard that we're going to be hosting today, and then a center as well. So ideally, we get a new quarterback for the future because Fuller is a junior, although with his injury, he may stay around for his senior season, but then we just, redshirt McPherson. But ideally, we bring in that new guy and then get him some really good protection. So now into our game against Eastern Washington. They're going to start off with the football, and Ivan Clay on the first play from scrimmage, he completes his pass, but he's going to have to check out of the game with an injury. So now enter Chad Hall at quarterback. He's going to toss this one to left for Randall, and Joe Randall's going backwards. Luckily for Eastern Washington, it's nothing too serious, just a strained shoulder, and their quarterback will be back in the second quarter. Now on third down, Hall is on the run. No quarterback spy on him, and he's going to get it out just across midfield, just in the Bobcat territory. Pass downfield. Oh, man, that was so close for being a big play to Hawley, but that's what happens when you got the backup quarterback in. Throwing it into traffic, and Anthony Parquet should have came away with a pick. Instead, it's going to be another third down. We're not letting Hall get away this time. We come in with the cornerback blitz. We are going to bring him down on the sack, and that's going to force an Eastern Washington punt. So obviously with Kevin Fuller injured, he's not going to be playing quarterback today. So Anthony Ross, the freshman who was recruited as an athlete, moved to the wide receiver position, but he did play a little bit of quarterback in high school. He has some quarterbacking skills, and obviously he's the most mobile of any of these guys. We're used to having a mobile quarterback, so we're going to see what he can do. Firing this one over the middle, he's got the tight end Hansen, and that's going to get us just inside of Eastern Washington territory. Now a toss play to the right for Cronin. Cronin taking this one just shy of the first down, it looks like. Indeed it is. It's going to be third down and short. Give it to Ryan Carter. Great blocking as he takes it up the gut, picking up the first down and getting us just inside of the 30. Give it to Carter again. He's going to get brought down in the backfield for a loss of 2. Now on 2nd down and 12, Lewis is going to be floating this one to the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Turner. What a dime from Ross Lewis. There aren't the highest expectations in the world for him, considering, yeah, he didn't play quarterback, but he plays wide receiver. He didn't get moved to quarterback, but, I mean, that was a dime right there with the one-on-one coverage. So now kicking this one off as Montana State is enjoying the early lead. It's going to be returned from about the 5 or 6 yard line. Hawley, also the return man on this team. He's taking on this one to the left side in some open space, and he's finally going to get brought down. Loses the football. The Eagles do recover it, so great field position for them on their ensuing drive. Hall trying to avoid the pressure, but he can't avoid it forever. He's going to get brought down for the 2nd time today. 2nd down and long. Hall under some pressure. He's going to throw on the move, and that hit's going to make the pass fall incomplete. 3rd down and long. Hall stepping up into the pocket, and he's going to get blown up by Brandon Wheeler, and they're going to squander their great field position. Terrence Davis in at quarterback. That's because Lewis is out here at wide receiver. Tried getting the ball out to him, but he couldn't get it. Last play of the quarter, Lewis is back in at quarterback. He has no one open downfield, so he's just going to take off and run. Down the right sideline, he's going to get brought down just shy of the 50. Now on the option play, Lewis is going to keep this one himself, getting rocked as he picks up a gain of 9. 3rd down and short. We're going to hand it off to Lewis now. I mean, he can really play every position, and maybe he's like the second coming of Troy Anderson. Obviously, Anderson was so great for us at pretty much every position when he was here for the first 3 or 4 seasons of this franchise, or of this dynasty, rather. And it's nice to see Ross Lewis be able to do some of that stuff. Lewis trying to chop a dime there to Lumpkin, but he can't hang on to it. Now he's flushed to his right. He's going to throw on the move on 3rd down, and that should be a catch, man. Like, that was so easy. Instead, it's going to be 4th down. We're going to be going for it. Lewis rolling to his left under a lot of pressure. Just has to do something with it because it's 4th down. The pass is going to fall incomplete, and maybe that's a spot where Montana State needs to consider punting. Pass to the right side is going to be caught by Hawley on this ensuing Eastern Washington drive off of the play fake. Now Clay, who's back in the ball game, he's going to throw this one deep here, and he's got his man, Perry. The tackle is going to be missed, and that's going to be an Eastern Washington touchdown. Great way for Ivan Clay to get back into the game and then drop a dime downfield, testing the one-on-one coverage with the linebacker. He's a great linebacker, but he's not a cornerback, and he was back there like he was. Cronin up the middle now as the game is all knotted up at 7 apiece. We hit not the 2-minute warning, but 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Here's a play run to the right for Carter. He's going to get it out to the 42-yard line. 6 carries, 30 yards on the game so far. Under 2 minutes, firing this one to the left side. It's going to be caught by Lumpkin on the curl route, or the comeback route, and he's going to pick up the 1st down, and that's going to get us into Eagles territory. Davis back in at quarterback, and he's going to find Ross Lewis. The boy can do it all. That is the 8th first down of the game for Montana State. Davis still in the game, firing that one over the middle, and that should be a touchdown for Lewis. Instead, it's going to fall incomplete. Lewis back in at quarterback. He's going to fire that one over the middle. Should have been picked off. He's lucky it just popped into the air and fell incomplete. He is 10 for 20 on the season so far. We've brought him in for some trick plays and whatnot. Yet to throw an interception, but let's not jinx it. Rolling to his right. He's going to throw this one on the move. Oh, and that should have been picked off. Almost jinxing it there. Instead, we're going to bring out Gabriel Fields for a 42-yard field goal attempt. It is up. It is good. And MSU's going to recapture the lead. Eastern Washington attempted to put together a 2-minute drill, and that's really going to put it to rest. Robert Alexander, with his 14th sack of the season, is going to send us to the break. Montana State with the football to start off the second half. We're going to give it to Carter. He gets away from a couple of defenders and gets out to about, I'd say, the 25-yard line. He's still in the backfield. We're going to fake giving it to him. Lewis rolling to his right. He's going to flick this one downfield. Just a flick of the wrist. And we're once again in Eagles territory. It feels like this offense has been spending a lot of their time there today. And, even even after that bad sack, we're still in their territory. It is 2nd down and 18, though. Lewis rolling to his left as he's under some more pressure, and he's going to get stripped of the football. Still on the ground, picked up by Foster, and Eastern Washington's going to get the turnover that they needed there. And that's just some inexperience from Ross Lewis. I mean, you can't be running around like that. I mean, even though you're super athletic and whatnot, you're still playing the quarterback position, and maybe stick around in the pocket just a little bit more, and especially don't roll to your left so much when you're right-handed. Nice run up the middle by the quarterback, Clay. That's going to get them inside of the red zone. Looking to throw here. Instead, he's going to be sacked. Beep, beep, beep. Back out of the red zone. Clay looking to throw yet again. And just a little bit off the mark there for Dunbar. Bring up 3rd down and 16. Clay looking to throw. Firing this one to the end zone. It's going to be caught by Hawley. Touchdown, Eastern Washington. Kevin Orts on the coverage there. He bit a little bit too hard on that, trying to go for the knockdown there, but instead he allows Hawley to get the reception and then turn around and just get right into the end zone. Brad Boyd on the return from his own 5-yard line. He's going to take this one down the left sideline. Gets across the 40-yard line. A nice spin move inside, and they're going to bring him down at midfield. Hand off to Cronin. He's going to take this one right up the middle. He's going to get spun down once again in Eastern Washington territory, although that's not too difficult when you start off the drive on the 50. Now Carter in the flat. He has the catch, and that's going to be about 7 or 8 yards there. 3rd down and 3. Here's a high snap for Lewis. Lewis under some pressure. He's going to throw off his back foot across his body. He still connects with Carter, but shy of the sticks. 4th down and 2, and we're going to bring up Fields for a 42-yard attempt. He already hit one from 42 yards today. Had the distance there, but not the accuracy as he pulled it to the left. And we saw going into this game, not a great field goal percentage as he was 5 of 8, and he's 1 for 2 so far today. Fantastic catch over the middle. It comes on 3rd down to keep the drive alive for Eastern Washington. And now Joe Randall on the right side. Great run from him as he takes it on the toss play as we near the end of the quarter. Randall taken down in the backfield by Mike Long, and that will send us into the 4th quarter. Now on 3rd down, Clay avoids the pressure, hucks this one to the end zone, and it's going to be knocked away. There's 2 Bobcat defenders there, and that's going to force them to punt. So now as we're down by 4, we're going to connect with the tight end down the right sideline. He rumbles and stumbles. 3 catches and 90 yards for him on the game so far, having a career game in his freshman season. That pass is going to fall incomplete, and as you can tell, Ross Lewis doesn't normally play quarterback, but I would say he's actually been playing pretty all right. I mean, Kevin Fuller doesn't have the greatest completion percentage either, as we also saw earlier today. Now on the option play on 3rd down, Lewis is going to take it and more as they try to wrestle him down to the ground at the 40. Now Cronin's going to get the carry. He's got the speed, and he's got another touchdown. He had a 49-yard rushing touchdown last week, and now he has a 39-yard rushing touchdown to give Montana State the lead in the 4th quarter. Now, can our defense hold? A field goal will still tie this game up for Eastern Washington. Clay dropping back to throw. He evades the pressure, but it will force the incompletion. That comes on 3rd down, so they're going to have to punt this football away to Boyd. Boyd, who had a couple of kick return touchdowns and punt return touchdowns earlier this season. Not getting anything there, but still, I mean, a pretty solid return as he gets it out to the 36-yard line. Lewis is going to jump this one off in the flat here for Slater, and the running back's going to pick up about 5 yards. Spreading things out on 3rd down. Quick throw on the slant. They're out. That's Eddie Fine, the cornerback, who has to play due to the injuries we've suffered at the wide receiver position. And, I mean, he is 2 for 2 on catches so far this season. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Now firing that one over the middle. Terrence Davis in at quarterback. And after a throw like that really could have cost us, we're going to pull him for the rest of the game. Lewis back in at quarterback, trying to get this one into the end zone. Doesn't really see anyone open. He's going to throw it at the last second across his body. Some of these throws that he's trying to make really questionable, but luckily that's not really going to cost us too much. We're going to have to settle for a field goal, though ideally we would have liked a touchdown to have a 10-point lead. Instead, it's only a 6-point lead with a minute and a half left to go, so this defense just cannot give up a touchdown. Hawley over the middle. He's going to pick up a gain of 8 as they're now putting together a 2-minute drill. They're going to run the football here, and that's going to lose 2 yards, trying to catch MSU off guard. On 3rd down, try to catch us off guard again, and instead going nowhere. 4th down and 3. They're going to go off the play fake, and Clay's going down. Montana State's defense coming up clutch there, although it really didn't help Eastern Washington with those back-to-back runs. pick up a first down, this game will officially be over. Handoff goes to Ryan Carter, and he's going to get tripped up in the backfield. Eastern Washington all out of timeouts, though. Cronin's going to take this one right up the middle. He's going to get stopped at the 20. We got to pick up this first down. Carter running to the right side, and he's got it tripped out of bounds, but it's not going to matter. Montana State's able to hold on to this one and stay undefeated inside of the Big Sky Conference, 20-14. I was expecting maybe a little bit more dominance from this team after last week's performance against Idaho. I mean, yeah, our two best offensive players are out, obviously in Kevin Fuller and Will Black, but I was expecting maybe a little bit better performance. But I mean, I feel like my expectations should be a little bit lower considering we're 12 years in and we know that I'm not the most consistent player at NCAA 06. I'd say Lewis played pretty good. A 47% completion percentage, obviously not great, but also better than 40%, so I guess I'll take that. He played pretty good. He's lucky that he didn't throw any interceptions, I feel like. Some of those throws that were dropped by those Eastern Washington defenders. The running game did pretty good, and then defensively only giving up those 14 points there was pretty good. And we got ourselves 6 sacks. 6 players got to the quarterback today, which was pretty great. No interceptions, though. So with today's win, we got both of the guards committing to us, Marcus Allen and Benny Merriman. Welcome to the Bobcats, really securing up the offensive line for the future. Looking at the other games that took place inside of the conference this week, Portland State's going to get a win. Northern Arizona was down 20-0 going into the fourth quarter. They win 21-20 over the Grizzlies. Just choking out here, and you love to see it if you're a Bobcat fan. And Sacramento State is going to beat Weber State by 10. That's going to be a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is always appreciated. And until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.